Yes, is a short answer to that one. It's probably changed a little bit to how we used to see social marketing, but social media is most definitely a platform that a lot of businesses really need to make sure they're involved in, at least from a communication channel perspective, maybe not from a marketing perspective, but it certainly is a channel that most people do check and communicate on a regular basis. So yes, it's highly important. Facebook is one of those social media platforms that really you should probably have some sort of presence, even if it's just a listing, more than anything else, rather than an active communication channel. At least it gives you the opportunity to control and monitor and manage communication about your business. Funnily enough, sometimes they interweave, and it's really important to understand that actually through communicating to people, you are marketing. What's different is when you're marketing, it might be a new audience, whereas communicating would be to an existing audience. I always say when it comes to any form of marketing or communication, understanding what your end goal is important. So as soon as you understand what that is, you can actually craft your message or your content to actually be in line with what you're trying to achieve long term. So the really cool advantage to social media marketing is you can target the audience of preference, of your choice, right down to age, demographic, location, interests. The great thing with that is we can now relate to our audience far better than we could ever do before. I mean, that's the most powerful thing about social media, and that's how a lot of organizations have actually been able to win very quickly off the back of that smart targeting, that smart marketing. So if you know your business really well and you know your audience, all of a sudden you can start honing in on that from a social media perspective, and you might even know there's different segments within your database or your audience or your ideal client, and all of a sudden you can create content that's specific to those audiences and deliver it just to those people. That's pretty awesome. Obviously, from a social media perspective, you're always going to need cash to be able to get the content that you want out to the audience, media spend effectively. But at the same time, understanding who you want to target is really important. Taking the time to actually plan and strategize about the different audiences, creating the content for those audiences is vital. Ultimately, the true answer here, unfortunately, is knowledge and cash. But if you don't have the cash, it's to create as many different ad examples as possible and to closely measure the success and then hone in on what you believe to be the most successful over time. So SBM has quite a unique approach when it comes to social media. Social media is a great tool and a great successful way to get new business and to build awareness for a product or a brand, but it is part of a balanced strategy. But making sure the ultimate goal here is to break down an audience into its individual components, its individual metrics, and create content that is specific to them so that they can relate to it as best as possible, whether it is an active approach to social media marketing or a passive nurture approach to social marketing.